Hi, I'm Jay Seville, the team leader for JustNewListings.com in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I also own JustNewListings.com Realty in Washington, D.C. and Northern Virginia. So there's no misunderstanding. I am local to Wilmington, and I hang my hat with Wilmington Real Estate for you. I wanted to do, the first time I believe I've done this on this blog, a video update of the real estate market. Usually I write them out, type them out. It takes forever, and I dread it because I have several blogs that I keep. One niches in landfall, the other with Wrightsville Beach condos and real estate, then the greater Wilmington area, and then Kure Beach. So you know my favorite areas now. So this has been my first time to do a video presentation of the Kure Beach market, and I thought I would give us some perspective by first showing you what happened with the boom market that Wilmington just had here this spring, and then let's compare and contrast with Kure Beach. First of all, here in Wilmington, these are prices for the last year, and the top price quartile, the top 25% price bracket, you've seen a real increase in list prices, but also in some of these others, you've seen some slight increases in prices as well, and we'll go into that in more detail. But I only point this out so you can see that even within one market, like Wilmington, North Carolina, there can be completely unique separate markets depending on which price bracket you're looking at. So that's just meant to be informative and to make that point for you. The big point is prices have been going up in Wilmington this year. How about for Kure Beach? Well, maybe not so much. We'll get to it. Also in Wilmington, you had the days on market going down significantly. Since 15 months ago, it's gone down 15%. Since a year ago, it's gone down 19%. So the time it takes to sell a home has gone down a lot in Wilmington. The boom is coming to an end, and I say that because there was a boom. Compared to a year ago, we had 20% more transactions in July, and compared to 15 months ago, we had 36% more transactions compared to a year ago. And the number of homes listed for sale has gone down drastically as well. The point is, if you look at the very end here, you can see that this little red line here,
that's 6 o'clock.
That's the number of homes under contract, and that's gone down. So over this whole time here, since November, there's been an increase in the number of homes under contract. But now the spring market's over, it's starting to go down again. That's normal for the number of homes pending under contract to really taper off by August. It's the cyclical nature annually of real estate. But it was a boom year in Wilmington, there's no doubt about it. So how's Kure Beach doing? Well, first of all, the number of homes for sale is actually up 8% from 15 months ago. That's completely against the current. That's counter to the greater market in the area. And the question is why? I don't have an answer for you, but the Kure Beach market is not as robust as Wilmington, North Carolina. Also, compared to a year ago and 15 months ago, there are 33% fewer homes under contract, and actually 30 to 50% fewer homes sold than a year ago and 15 months ago. 30% here, 50% here. So the Kure Beach market is weak sauce. That's the new phrase I've learned from the tennis coach and my kids, weak sauce. It's not robust at all. There's fewer transactions, and there's more homes on the market for sale. Then you look at the days on the market. Let's see, I got a little confused. I have too much information here. Average days on the market is down a whole bunch. You have 58% here, 52% here. I circled the wrong box here. But my main point is how long it takes to sell a home is actually down in Kure Beach, which is interesting. Sold price is right there around 92% of list price. You go into Wilmington, it's 94% of list price. And in particular neighborhoods, it can even be up to 96% of list price. And then finally, looking up here, list prices, that's the green arrow. They've been going down steadily, going back to May last year. They've just been going down steadily from like $470 down to $398. And then the sold prices are also down about 13% from a year ago, the blue line. Now, month to month, you see these big sharp bumps here and there and there. With so few transactions in Kure or Kure, depending, and I've had locals tell me it's the same both ways, and since I've been a local for a while, I still go, I swap them up. I go Kure and Kure. I don't know why I can't make up my mind of how I'm going to play that out. But there's so few transactions each month, such as 8 transactions or 10, that one particular sale of a high-end oceanfront property or the lack thereof can greatly influence the month-to-month numbers. So you got to take month-to-month with a grain of salt in any market, particularly in a small niche market like Kure, where there's only 8 or 10 sales a month. So a lot of this stuff you have to take with a grain of salt, but some of the bigger trends are there and they're real. List prices are down, and the number of transactions are down, etc., that I just covered. Those are macro to that little area and are worth noting. The bottom line is any home you want to buy, it's always case by case. We look at that home, we go back 6 months, sometimes we go back a year, keeping in mind the big market trends, and we find the similar homes, what they're selling for, what we believe they're worth today, and then we find out what the most aggressive offer we can make on a home and still get a counter offer back from the seller. I've negotiated $50 million of real estate the last 12 years, maybe even $80 million. So I'm very adept at making sure people do not overpay and hopefully get a deal. A deal in real estate generally is anywhere from 1% to 5% below market value. Very often, if we're willing to walk away, we can get you 2% below the market value. And then there's the flip side of the coin. Do you want to win the battle and lose the war? Is it worth the risk? If a home fits you, what difference does that last 2% negotiating make? There's no difference in your monthly mortgage payment, almost none to speak of. Is it worth losing the house? And that's where you have those big issues at the very end of negotiating. Generally, though, if we're willing to walk away, the seller's going to come and grab us by the collar and finish the deal. But I always like to give people both sides of the coin and make sure that if they're buying Kure Beach real estate, they know what they're doing, they're well represented, and I can't wait to meet you soon.